All right, let's have a little fun here. So we're still getting things organized. It's an early Saturday morning, and obviously we all needed some beauty sleep or whatever. But it's Micah Imparato. I'm here covering the doubleheader in the ACST South, which Charlie Collins is bowling against Mike Nardone, which is actually going to give us the end. Sorry. Charlie Collins is bowling against Dan Esdale, which will give us the end of round 6, so I can actually publish the ACST stats for 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have Mike Nardone bowling against Glen Gill. And yeah, let me get some stuff going up here. We should have, looks like Nardone in pink is going to be over on the right. We'll see if that changes. So, again, what you're seeing here is you're going to see Mark Nardone bowling on 18. Charlie, I believe, will be bowling on 17, although it looks like they're going to confuse me. And Ezzy, you going first? All right, I got to switch this around. All my stats and everything I've been working so hard for is all going to be messed up because these guys are screwing me up, so I can't use the bowler info. And that's all good and fine, because that's the way it goes. Anyways, so we're going to have Dan Esdale step up. And looks like he wants to throw on the left, because Nardone's out of the gates, off the head pin, leaving the Colery on the right-hand side. And I believe at some point in time, Justin Waters is going to pop by and join me here on the mic. And we're firing away here. Esdale, oh my God, he's going to put it all to a test. I hope I had my replay on. We'll see about that. So Esdale's out of the gates with a hammer. Nardone's unable to pick up the Colery, and he'll settle for a 9 box. So assuming I've got things going right here, there we go, scores are looking good. Cameras look off center, but they're not, which is maybe just a bit. But I think that's more my positioning than anything else. You can see Charlie Collins' TikTok stream down there in front of me. Esdale following up the strike a little off to the right, and Nardone a little to the left. So both bowlers off the head pin. A 1-2-7 for Esdale as he looks to fill his strike. 1-3-7 for Nardone. Esdale looks like he's just a little shy of it. And Nardone. Both bowlers a little rusty out of the gate here, but hey, Esdale 19 through 2. No one's going to complain about that. And unlike me, he cleans up the head pin with the third ball for a 10 bucks. Anybody out there can yell at me for my audio levels. Make sure we're all good. Alrighty. So again, these bowlers are not bowling against each other. Esdale is bowling against Charlie Collins, who you see pacing and watching his stream behind. Nardone will be bowling against Glen Gill. Nardone is on the head pin, gets a wrap. Is it going to push? No. Oh, there it is, one more. So the diamond minus the 5. And Esdale tight to the left. Punches out the 4 on the left-hand side. So the 1-5 and everything to the right. Hey, Elena. Over on 19 and 20, it's Matt Taylor bowling against Joe Vieira in some ACST South action. As Esdale doesn't convert, nor does Mike. Is going to settle for the 9. And as he cleans up the 10. So far through 3, he's got a clean sheet. Nardone's looking to clean off the sheet once. So 3 9s. And again, going to repeat this time and time again. They're not bowling against each other. The ACST is a non-handicap, head-to-head league of matches, if you will. As Nardone splits himself there, 6, 7, 8, 10. Esdale once again tight to the left. Same story as the last box, but a bracing piece of wood.
Yeah, you almost got
Nardone.
it. Really?
Nardone off to the right there, picks out the 10 pin. As he can ride this wood, looks good, and it is. All right. So we'll steal that spare. See if I can get a quick replay in, make sure that it looks right. Esdale cleaning up the center and right side of the rack here. And Nardone finishes with an 8 there. So Mikey in need of some love. And that's, oh, jeez. Spread eagle, just what everybody loves. toughen it out. Esdale stepping up to fill his spare. This time he's going to drift to the right of the head pin, leaving the 147. Ooh! Hell of a shot by Mike. Gets 5 out of the 6. Everything but the 3 pin on a great second ball on the spread eagle. Dan, a little solid on the head pin, doesn't pick up the spare, but he'll be above a 60 half. Nardone's celebrating a 10 box, which good old Bronx cheer from him, and Dan's not able to get any love off the double wood there, so he's going to settle with an 8. So a 64 half as we bring up the score sheets here for Glen and Charlie.
43 half.
Good times. So again, just like I said before, Collins and Gill aren't bowling against each other. Collins is bowling against Dan Esdale. Glen is bowling against Mike. And as you can see by the splits at the bottom of the screen, Charlie needs to throw 64 to tie him up at the half, 65 to take the lead. Glen needs 45, and he's going to start off. That's okay. I'm tall enough to get over that. That's true. We have all the fun going on here is Mike Nardone's having his fun walking around, chirping in the background. We have the have against the have-nots, which is the hair club challenge for this match. A lot of fun with these guys. Oh, Glen's going to leave that ball outside to settle for a sem. Charlie trying to get away from the bunny hole here. And, oh, yeah, I love when you do that. You throw that ball right where you want, punches out the 1-8, and has to start out with a frustrating 4-box. But anybody that knows Charlie, he can certainly turn that around in a hurry.
Oh, no, that was a nice 4.
Oh, we get the extra time to sit here and heckle each other. Actually, I wonder if I have enough time to fix my score sheet with this so I can get all of the information looking right. So I would have to copy that. Bear with me. Let's see if I can fix
It's
this.
right there. Currently not working.
All right. Glen Gill firing away. Box 2. Nice solid head pin hit, leaving the back right triangle. All right, Charlie trying to correct his ship after that 4-box. Still off his target, but this is Millis. It's still not over. Oh! And Glen. Oh, let's double clip that one because Charlie gets the strike without the head pin. Glen picks up a nice pretty triangle spare. Oh, let's hit the replay on that one just to see. This Charlie's still mixing. Look at this garbage. Head pin forward, 8 pin backwards. It's a strike. Oh, no. Glen's going to want a better fill than that, but takes out the left triangle. 20-2. Charlie stepping up on his backdoor strike. And still 0 for 3 on the head pins. Up. Glen's going to work on one of his own as he punches through the 3 spot, but gets everything but the 10 on the cleanup. Charlie still a little rusty on his target. No hit pin for him yet. The 1, 4, 7 as Glen cleans up the 10. And you can see the stats in the box at the bottom kind of adjusting as the match goes on. Charlie's going to close out with a 9 there, so 30-3 for both of them. By the way, if you feel like it, that headset's right there. You just let me know. You want in? All right, here comes Nardone.
Good morning, everybody.
Glen.
Glen just off.
Got the wing on the right. Oh, both bowlers with a, oh, maybe not.
Hammer!
At least he's on the head pin.
Yeah.
Glen's going to drop it and find a
attaboy.
way for it to happen anyways.
Way to go, buddy.
Way to read it. See if Charlie cleans up his, which, yeah. I mean,
Was that good?
short of some weird wood. It's good
man.
times. Both bowlers with a spare in the 4th.
Yeah, right? We need to rewind that, slow it down.
Glen with the true Millis 8 there. Everything but the 1-2. Sorry, 1-3.
He lied. He said he was going to get a 43 half.
Charlie on the head pin. Good mix, but no love on the 6.
The slanted 6. No luck, Glenn. A little closer. See, I felt like I was eating it.
You should be. Just treat it like a little nipple.
Yeah.
Oh! No wood for Charlie. I think I'd blame that on Mike's sounds.
You heard me. I threw him off. Yeah. All right. Time to go suckless.
Ah, there we go. And that's kind of the fun. So at the half, bring up some stats here. Kick off his microphone.
You're all over the place. You're going 59.
I probably should colorize those backgrounds to match up. We'll get the stats out of there. Bring up the scores. Esdale's in pink. He's now on the right. So we'll move their scores on. Oh, how about if I do string 1 and not be a jerk, right? Bring the scores in this time. There we go. All right. So Esdale holding on to a 5-pin lead over Mr. Collins. And that's the way to continue to stretch it out. Both bowlers on the head pin this time. Esdale looking at probably would be a much easier split for him to pick up in 10-pin, but that's the 2-7-8 with a nice piece of wood behind it. Oh, and he's just off the 2. Nardone with a diamond. That doesn't look like it's going to get in there. Takes out the back left side of the triangle, so the 3-6 to clean up for a 10. Esdale right on his. And Nardone as well. So a pair of 10s to start off the second half for these guys. Looking good. Where else can I send this? Oh, the washout for Esdale there as he takes out the 3-5-8. Nardone, heavy on the head pin, is going to end up with a 3-1 split to the left. All right, let's get that going. Esdale's going to punch out the 1-8. Mikey gets the 2-pin going off the wall, but never really catches anything else. So both bowlers looking at a couple of tough cleanups here for 10s. Esdale's going to settle for 7. And Nardone will take a 9-box. So both bowlers here trying to, get themselves into a lead against their opponents. Esdale right now looks like he's slowly creeping out. Charlie's going to have to get 23 through the first 2 boxes to catch him. Nardone has playing a little catch-up against Glen Gill. There you go. We'll take the strike. A nice, solid head pin ball from Esdale. The second strike of the game. Nardone, unfortunately, off his mark, is looking at quite the weird mess here with the 1, the 2, then the 6 and the 10 and the 7. So kind of a broken smile. And wow, really makes the best out of it. No love on the 7-pin, but just the single to pick up for the 10 bucks. And he does. And I'm sure I'd show the clip, but Esdale might be firing away of his strike. I gotta get the timing down of these bowlers still. And once again, we have Matt Taylor bowling against Joe Vieira. It's an ACST South Class D match over there on 19 and 20. So a couple of good ACST battles going on this morning here in Millis. Esdale's first ball on the strike is off the mark. And Mike says, I can do that too. So while Esdale punches out the 2-4-8, Nardone goes right for the back left triangle. Oh, that's twice today where bowlers following up on one of those half Worcester variants have managed to punch out the head pin and scoot through the 5. Esdale takes a 6 on the strike and a 7 on the box. So 104 with the box to go. Nardone's looking to clean his up for a 10 and does. So Mike a little off his normal pace. I'll try to bring up the bowler stats here, see if I can do this right. So no, of course I'm not going to do that. Let's do it this way. And that's not him. That's not him. Because it's Mike Nardone over there on the left. There we go. So Esdale back on the head pin, but it's going to cost him as he gets a 6-7 split. And Mike Nardone once again showing anything you can do, I can do better, leaving the 4-6-10. And let me get Mike's stuff out of his face. Wow. Esdale wraps the hood around. Why isn't that toggling off? There we go. Mike gets 2 out of the 3. And Esdale will settle for a 9 box and a 113 opening string. Nardone struggles to a 94. And yeah, we'll see what they can what happens here in the second half is Collins steps up and Gill steps up. So Collins is going to need 55 to catch up and take the string. Glen's got a little easier path, just needing 37. Neither bowler working on a mark. Hey, Scott, thanks for popping in from down there in Raleigh. As Collins continues to get the pins moving for him, but he's off his mark again, leaving the 137. Glen Gill, unfortunately, is going to start out with a half Worcester on the right. Collins looking to clean it up. Oh, just absolutely obliterates the head pin out of there. Gill finally gets the kind of act. Oh, let's see if this pushes it. One into the other. Oh! I guess they all must have been bowling last night. How you doing, Dunk? Collins, both of them with a couple of pretty 10s there, so both chipping into it. Obviously, as it stands, Collins will need at least 1 mark to have a shot at his string. Glen pretty much just has to keep his team fish. He's got to keep his ball in the lane. Charlie with a mix and a push. And Glen still a little off his mark. So Collins with his mark that he needed. Good mixing strike as Gill sits here to see if he can clean up from a rough start. That second ball looks much better. A little solid on the head pin, drives through. Hey, Anna, I wish they had Candlepin in Jacksonville, Florida, too. Actually, I wish it really was, you know, just thriving as a sport because I grew up with it. Absolutely love it. Gill with a hell of a 9 box. Let's replay Charlie's strike. Look at that. Mix gets over there, pushes the 10, and hopefully that'll get over before we, there we go. Here comes Charlie. Firing away on his strike, 79 plus 2. Oh, double. Glen with a good splash off the head pin. When Mike Nardone's in the house, anything can happen, right? And Glen, kick it, find a way. Wow.
You got it, bud.
A little score correction there. Trying to figure out why this won't let me use the key combo I'm used to for my marks. One second as Charlie looks for the triple. Dan ended with a 113, Elena. I'll show you in just a second when this one finishes up. Charlie, oh, raw deal on the head pin. Tough mix. Going to settle for the 6, so a 26 there on the first strike. Glen's off to the right, leaving the 4 horse with a 9 trailing behind it. Charlie will catch him with that fill right there. So an 8 makes it a 113, so he's now at 121 with the ball in hand. Going to put him slightly ahead of Esdale's 113. Glen, I think that one came a little more to the left on him. Left the I don't see the sleeper behind it. Looks like it's just the 1. Collins will take the 8, so a 121 through 9. Nope, it is sleeping still there. All right. So Gill, even with that 9 box and the frustration creeping in, is going to take his string as well. So both bowlers here throwing a box to pad onto their match leads. And Charlie firing away in the 10th is going to clobber the head pin. End up with everything except for the 7. Glen making a scoreboard adjustment as the lane decided not to give him any pins on that last ball, which is just not right. Once again, a little off his mark, leaving the 1, the 3, and the 9. Charlie looking for the spare. Oh, the wood is not going to let him have it. Glen's going to be short. He knows he wanted that, but I guess if you're going to have troubles finding your target, it always feels better when you do that in a string that you win. And he's going to miss that one to finish it up. So a 105 as we bring up the first strings here. Charlie taking it from Dan, 131 to 113. And Glen taking it from Mike, 105 to 94. Bring up a bit of the stat screens real quick as the bowlers try to figure out what side they want to be on. Bring up the score sheets here as we get ready for string 2. So again, Mike and Dan aren't bowling head-to-head. As Mike starts out on the head pin and probably wishing that he didn't, although that wood's going to wrap in there nicely for him. Esdale also on the head pin. So both bowlers have the 5 and the 8. Mike's just got the 10 as well. Oh, and he hits it where he wants. He gets the wood bouncing around, but unfortunately doesn't get the 10 pin on the way by. Ezzy with a nice, easy, simple spare. Nardone's going to settle for a 9. We'll replay that little spare by Dan. Ignores the wood and just chips out the 2 pins the way that he should. All right, Nardone looking to right his ship. Once again on the head pin, he's going to, he's going to get the fall in. And I think that kind of threw Dan off his mark a little bit as Nardone picks up the strike. Second ball is also off the mark, so he's got the cluster in the middle there, the 1, 2, 5, 8, 9. And as soon as we see the results of his, I'll replay Mr. Nardone's strike. This Dan is going to settle for 7. So 19 through 2. As you see Nardone firing away, and the spinning celebration of the strike. This time a little off to the left, leaving the 1, the 3, and the 7. Esdale looks like he's on the mark. Absolutely. Easy game. 3rd strike of the match for Dan Esdale. Nardone is going to punch out the head pin, settle for an 8 fill on the strike. And a 9 box. Watch Esdale blow it up again. See the nice bright red ball bounce off the side wall and take out the 10 pin. Nardone on the head pin yet again, but it's split, leaving the 5-10 with some nice wood. Esdale's first ball on the strike. Let's see if it's going to come this way. Ooh. On the head pin, leaves the left side wing. Nardone with a pretty spare. See if Dan can pick up one of his own. Oh, he's just off his mark. So just the single 2 pin to pick up. Assuming that he's on it, we'll play Nardone spare. No, it's a 9-box. Nardone playing the wood here. Right off the cap. Ball takes out the 10-pin in the air. So 46 plus a ball for Nardone. 47 through 4 for Dan. Nardone bullies the head pin into his third split of the half, a 3-2 to the left. Esdale punches through the half Worcester on the right, taking out the 5 and 7 with it. Mike picks up 2 of the left wing. So the 6, 7, 10 to clean up. Dan's ball, is it going to push it forward? A little thinner than he might have wanted it. When it all settles, everything but the 2-pin. Nardone's going to take a 9. Esdale with a 10. So solid opening half for both guys.
Start with a 6 this time, Joe.
Yeah, they need to go up a little bit. Yeah, on 5 even. Yeah,
Right?
5.
I mean, sky's the limit, really.
And you get Nardone still chirping away as Charlie and Glen Gill step up here. Hopefully I got their scores on the right side, and I do. Absolutely. 3 splits, huh? I'm telling you, a 60 half with 3 splits, I think anybody will be all right with that. Got Mr. Nardone over here. Yeah, that was pretty. Collins still having trouble with the head pin, but not suffering for it. Glen staying out to the right in his first 2 balls. Picked up the back right triangle, then the next row taking out the 3, 5, 8. Collins with a no doubt on that spare. Oh, Gill with a tough raw break there, punching out the 2-pin, settling for a 7-box here, opening up his second string. It's always fun first thing in the morning. Gill's second ball, not a lot of luck for him out of that. A great pocket shot, but gets left with the 7-8, an interesting piece of wood. Collins is pretty much identical to his first ball, but different results, leaving the 1. Oh, no, we got a late drop. Gill picks his up. Collins looking at the 1-9-10 with some great wood. Yeah, wow. Let's replay that and blow up. Collins definitely among the hardest throwers that we have out here in the ACST. You just see him obliterate that as Glen is off his mark and leaves quite the weird mix there with 1, 6, 7, 9. Collins also off, but look at it's mixing. Oh, it's going to do it again, isn't it?
Why do you need to hit the head pin?
Everything but the head pin. Gill takes out the back 2. He's got the 1 and the 7. It's kind of good. I think all these guys know that at this point in time that, you know, this is just have a good time. Collins, another no doubt, pulls the bow prey. Why watch the ball when you know it's there? Oh, Gill gets shafted out of a mark there. And let's see if I can do this right. So, Mr. Gill is Mr. Blue, and Mr. Collins is Mr. Green. Oh, hey, look, I can push the buttons right. As Glen is going to be a little off to the right, leaving the 1, the 2, the 6, and the 10. Collins hits the head pin for a change, and look what happens. Silly. Let's see if those go away right. Glen gets the 2 and no love out of the roll as I fill in Charlie's mark. So far with a nicely smudged up half, 66 plus 2 through 4. Glen is going to take 1 for the 9, and we'll play Charlie's strike. Great mix as the 6 comes forward into the 3. Glen firing away in the 5th. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. And it's a good ball. Glen getting a much needed mark. And a strike to sit down on. Charlie again off the head pin. He's living off the head pin there. 1, 2, 8. A 7 drop. That's a good ball. And Charlie looking for the clean half. Wow. Sends pins all over the place, but unfortunately not into the 2 pins, so he's going to be open for the first time in this half. Possible 85 if he picks up a single pin, and he does. So some great start there for Charlie.
80 out. Let's go. 1 for 5 at the head. Let's go.
All right, Mr. Pink is now over on the right. Mr. Esdale getting ready to fire away on the right-hand lane, and I've got it backwards, of course. Dan is Mr. Pink, so let's move him over there as he's on the head pin. Everything but the back right triangle. I keep thinking Mike is Mr. Pink. He's not. He's Mr. Red. But he's on the head pin either, so he's got the 1, 3, 8 as Dan shoots the triangle, and wow. That wood was a complete road blocker for both bowlers. Wow, I would not have expected Mike to have any issues with that one there, but he went to the outside. The wood got to have it saying it, so field goal for Esdale as he takes the 8 box. Oh, anything you can do, Mike can do better. So a pair of field goals, pair of 8s to start out the second half for these guys. Esdale, 20 pins in 1 box behind Charlie Collins' blazing first half. Still on the head pin, leaves the half Worcester on the right. Mr. Nardone off the head pin, leaves the Charlie Collins, the 1, 2, 8 over there. You know, you can always pick up the half Worcester when there's a full rack. But when the last 2 guys left,
Oh, but you made it, though.
Mr. Nardone picks his up. As he will settle for a 9 box as we show Nardone's spare here again. So just obliterates the 1, 8 and manages to get just enough of the 2 pin to push it down. Esdale at 74 through 7, firing away and taking out the back left triangle. Nardone with a great fill and a little love tap, but not enough to knock the 10 pin down. Esdale's come to the left for his first 2 balls, leaving the 1, 3, 6, 9 for a 10. And Mike knew the wood was trouble, and the wood was trouble. Esdale will settle for an 8. Wood's good. Danny Finn going down. Yeah, he knew. So with Candlepin, one of the rules is if a fallen pin is ahead of what they call the dead wood line, basically I think it's 24 inches in front of the head pin, it has to be removed from play. A 9 box for Nardone, so 96 with a pair to go. Dan Esdale struggling with just 82 through 8. But when Danny went down and looked at the wood, wood was behind the line, so he left it there. You can kind of tell there's a razor thin line. If I look at my zoom camera all the way in, I can actually see it. Esdale on the head pin, pays the price for it, leaving the 5, 8, 9 with a 7 over to the right. Nardone leaves the 4 horse with the 5 pin hanging out behind it. Weirdest sleeper you'll ever see. Oh! This is the physics of Candlepin for you. He's somehow able to hit the wood, take out the 8 and the 9, and leave the 5 pin alone, which is right out in front of it. And he'll settle for a 9 box. So 91 with 1 to go, and an 8 for Nardone has him at 104. So you can see at the bottom of each bowler's score sheet, there's a little magic box that I have that's colorized to let you know who has the lead. So Esdale's fighting uphill against Charlie, and Charlie's, to be fair, he's fighting to stay in the playoffs here. as Nardone is on the head pin finally, and with a split, his 4th of the game. Esdale has the head pin standing, so it doesn't count as a split. And he's now looking at just the 1 and the 7 to clean up for a 10 box, at least one of them to break 100. Nardone picks up the left-hand wing, but nothing to carry over to the 6 pin. Oh, a nice 10 for Ezzy to finish up the string with just a 101. A 9 box for Nardone is going to have him at 113.
Yeah, you are.
Actually,
Oh, wait,
I
no,
wanted to
you're
show the
not.
strings, not that. So, see there, Charlie just looking to catch up. I'm going to have to pull this away quickly. Glen Gill stepping up to fill a strike. Collins does not like the head pin. Glen looking for the double. Piece of wood just kind of got in the way and blocked him there as he leaves just the right wing. Collins, the 1-3-7-8. Monkey Nardone eating his banana. Oh, Charlie's going to hit that a little thin. Glen looks like he's right on it. Absolutely. Spare on strike. So 71 plus. Ooh, as Charlie's going to miss out there. Throw Glen's spare up as we let the lanes reset. Charlie will need 17 pins. Well, actually 10 pins now. What? No. What am I doing? Yeah. We'll need 10 pins to take the string away from Esdale. Sorry, my eyes are messing with me the way that I'm looking. And finally, he's on the head pin, leaving the reverse check mark on the left-hand side. Glen's going to come up short of the head pin, but gets a nice 7 drop on his spare, leaving the 1, 2, and 4. Charlie versus the check mark. Oh, he takes the wing and leaves the 5. Glen's ball scoots past the head pin. So both bowlers leaving a stick in the middle. Collins needing to pick up the 5 pin. Absolutely. And Gill looking for the head pin, which all the mental pressure that comes with it just being the head pin, and yep, there it is. But 87 with 3 to go. So as you can see, Charlie now with the half being green is won the string. He's just going to add on to his lead for the match. Glen still needs 27 over the last 3 boxes to take out Mr. Nardone's string. Charlie is going to be on the head pin and get left with a split as he leaves the 4, 7, 8, and then the 9. I got it on film for you, Joe. I got it on film for you. Charlie's going to come to the left and take out the 7 pin. Glen's going to stay out to the right. Nothing but the 1 and the 8 to clean up for his 10 box. Charlie's going to pluck out the 1, so while he couldn't miss, Glen's going to take a 9 box, so just 18, well 17, 18 to win. Charlie couldn't miss on 17. He can't seem to find it on 18. See if he can pad onto his lead here as he's got the string by 9, and he has a 27-pin lead in the match. And he's going to be off his target yet again. Glen is right on it. And, of course, for being right on it, you get left with a split. So he's got the setback, the 5, the 6, and the 7. Charlie's got a weird mix here with the 1, 3, 4, 7, 9. You kind of want to, I would want to just hit the 1 on the left-hand side. He stays right and takes out the half blister out of it. Glen looking to get the kick off the wall. Ah, that's such a frustrating shot as he hits the wall. You think he'd at least get the 2, but the Candlepin kind of sticks to the wall, pushes it out, and Charlie will clean up to the 10 box. Glen will get a 9, so an 8 ties, a 9 wins. He just can't not think about it while you're up there. Get up there, throw your ball, take your string home. Collins with 120 plus this last box. Almost had the check mark on the left for the second time, but one goes down, so he's just got the left wing. I don't like his wood at all. Glen has at least guaranteed himself a tie in the string with that 8 drop. He's got the 4 and the 8 to clean up for his spare. Yep, Collins knew it. It's tough when you see the wood lined up like that. And Gill is going to punch one out. That still gives him the string. He would have loved the spare. Collins, without the wood in the way, is going to miss to the right. Glen's going to leave it standing. Winning by a pin is still winning, so we'll bring up the stats here. As Collins wins the first 2 strings with a 127 to 101 over Dan in the second. I've got some work to do on this. I know I can make this look better. I'm sorry, folks. And Glen, see, is highlighted in yellow the way that it should be. Oh, I got some stuff to fix. All right. So Glen wins the second string by 1 pin, 114 to 113. I see Mr. Pink on the right-hand side. So let's bring the scores back up. And as you can see, Mike, his color is red. The number down at the bottom for the match is 12. So Mike has a 12-pin lead in the match. Sorry, Mike is losing in the match by 12. And Dan, unfortunately, is losing in the match by 44, as both bowlers are off their target with the first balls here. Mr. Nardone looking to run down the 4-horse. Oh, and he does with a beautiful ball. And Dan is not going to have as much. What's that?
Am I in the way?
No. You want to see where you are? I can show you. Esdale here has to clean up the 5, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm way above. Charlie streaming on TikTok, having fun with his camera right up there. He's like, am I in the way? I'm like, no, just your giant head. It's all good. It's all good. All right, Nardone working to fill his spare. He's going to miss the head pin a hair to the right, leaves the 4-horse down the left side and the 10-pin. Esdale is going to hold tight to the left, clean out most of the back row, but it's ugly. Mike gets the horseman. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't get the corner. Esdale's ball is going to stay a little out to the right, so he's got some serious cleanup to do there. The 1, 3, 7, 9. Mike is going to miss the single, take a 9-box. Esdale is going to settle for a 7. He's obviously struggling out there. See what's up with these guys as they try to find their way to the head pin. Nardone is off it, but by the time that wood settles, Esdale's on it. He's got the left wing, but that's going to change, and it turned into an ugly 2-7 baby split. Nardone didn't want the easy wood, so as you can see, he's knocked that pin forward. It's right at the front of that. Oh, Esdale goes right through. So this one is clearly ahead of the dead wood line. Danny Finn's going to run down there and grab that one. And I will give him the nice courtesy cover here. Let's take a second to look at some strings. That way no one has to enjoy. Oh, no. It may still creep through there. Try to give the guy that's going down there picking up the wood some privacy. As Danny comes back and picking up a single pin. Don't worry, I covered you with stats. Nardone's going to pick out a single one of those to settle for a 9-box. Esdale's going to need some adjustments on his. So Esdale continues to struggle there with 23 through 3. Nardone hasn't hit the head pin yet, but is it going to happen? Ezzy, twice on the head pin, twice with a split. He's got the right wing and the 4-pin all the way over. Nardone can't find the head pin even with his second ball. Oh, Esdale's going to punch out the 3 with some rough luck there. Bowlers are having a tough time with lane this morning. Lanes this morning, I should say. And Dan is going to pick out a single thin for an 8-box. So just 31 through 4 is Dan's trying to figure out what he's got to do to buy a mark. And I guess Nardone might be trying to figure out how he hits the head pin. It isn't happening. Ofer in the half, which is really unusual for these guys in the A. Esdale's off it, and that pin must be stapled down because it got hit every way imaginable as Nardone finds the bunny hole. And Esdale, it's got it. The look says it all. Nardone gets things mixing. Oh! Let's watch that silly thing as we take away the joy of Esdale's spare with Nardone's silly 10. Had to fight for it the whole way, huh? Let's switch over to Charlie and Glen as they come up to start out their third string. Way to fight through it, Dan. I saw it. Yep. I mean, at least you know what it's like to hit the head pin, unlike some people. Gill's going to start out off to the right, leaving the 1, 3, 7, 8. If you told me that these 4 bowlers will be off the mark like this, wow. They got all the incentive they need to stay off the head pin. Collins buries the pocket. He's looking at the 2, 4, 6, 10 as Glen chips out a single pin. Charlie blows out the left pair. Gill with the mix. That's going to have enough energy. Yes, we'll get the 10. Charlie's going to skip that one down for a 10 box as well. So to be very clear, another fun rule of Candlepin is there is a line about 10 feet down the lane. That's called a lob line, which is your ball is supposed to land on the lane before that point at least once. However, if you skip it, which is to bounce the ball off the lane or off of the approach before the lane, and it carries beyond that line before it hits a second time, that is a fair ball. As Glen picks up a spare. Charlie, another split with the right wing and the 4-pin. He's going to miss a little to the left, leave that hanging. So he's got the 3, the 4, and the 6 to clean up for a 10 box. As I try to adjust things a little here for me. And he's going to pick up the 2, settle for a 9. We'll watch Glen pick up a nice solid spare there, cleaning up the 3, 6. Nardone has a 52 half, so including this fill, Glen's going to need 32 total to tie him up. And he's going to come across the head pin, leave the 4-horse down the right-hand side, take a 6 fill. See, this is why you hit the head pin.
I don't know why I was in that block in the first 2 boxes.
Such a good time here today. Glen's going to punch out the 3-pin of the 4-horse. Charlie is going to pick up a spare, cleaning up the head pin from it. Glen's going to settle for a 7 box as he misses just a little off the head pin.
It's up in the light fixture. I don't know how it got.
Sorry about that. Let's correct Charlie's score properly. Glen on the head pin. That's going to carry. Charlie back on the head pin. All but the king. So what I'm going to try to do here is. Oh, I can't.
Like lose his footing when he goes.
Charlie looking for the 5-pin for the spare. Is dead on it. I can't play Glen's strike. It's been obscured because I have to clip it. Otherwise, you get the beginning of the clip in the next clip. So See if Glen can fill this strike with a double. Come on! No, lines up behind it, but not enough love to get to the 3-6. This was his first spare of the half, was picking these two up. Charlie back on the head pin, and
It worked last time.
pays the price for it. Glen
We wanted to be
gets
challenged.
off just a bit.
Oh, not mentally.
They're all having so much fun here. That's good. It's good when you got people that are bowling in a competition and can still have fun. Oh, show off. Pretty pickup of the
He's
split.
running out of
As
highlight
Glen-
reels on his TikTok.
As Glen takes the Glen takes the 10. So bring up some stats as I see Esdale getting up and ready on. That's not so bad. 61 half. Yeah. Esdale is going to fill his spare with 7 as I get them on the wrong side. Yeah. Let's bring up the right scores. And Nardone is still going to continue his string without touching the head pin. Oh, Dan looking for the spare, punches out for 1 on the 9. Nardone is still going to show you how well you can score without hitting the head pin as he gets everything but the second ball. And you'll settle for the 9 box as Nardone fires down the heart and hits the head pin. No, not a 1, a 10, you meathead. There we go. Alrighty, cleaning up the sheets here. So both of these guys are really in trouble with their opponents, both having 60 or better halves. Esdale's on the head pin, clobbers everything down but the 3-6. Nardone's on the head pin for the first time. We'll tell him that, DJ. He hits it and look what happens. Oh no. As Esdale off to the right leaves the 3 pin. Oh. He picked it up, but unfortunately, he did it out of the gutter. Once the ball hits the gutter, it's useless. So he'll settle for the 8 box.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm not officially there yet.
By the way, Nardone, DJ says social distancing is over. You can get closer to the head pin.
What's that?
DJ says social distancing is over. You can get closer to the head pin.
I'm with the head pin on that one.
I know. I told him that too. Esdale on the head pin, peels away everything but the 5 and the 9. And after Nardone talking about the head pin, continues to miss it there. The 1, 3, 7, 8, 10 with some weird wood behind it, and Dan is just off his mark. Wow.
Throw a harder ball, maybe.
Gets in there and no love on the 8 pin. No taunting from Carlins. Dan's going to settle for an 8.
I would say someone, but
There's a lot of good jawing back and forth here. And Nardone's going to knock that back in for a 10 box. All right, Esdale with 2 to go, just 74. It's going to be off the head pin. But by the time the dust settles, he's going to have a much better leave than Nardone, who was on the head pin and punches out the spread eagle. Don, just going to point it out. He has hit the head pin twice, and neither time has worked out well for him. Dan wishes he would hit the head pin on that one. Nardone gets things moving, but wrapping the 3 off the wall, taking out the 10, missing the 6. He now has some weird remnants to deal with. Esdale cleans it up for the 10. Yo. Nardone gave it a good run, but not enough love. So both bowlers needing a mark to break 100, which is definitely unusual for these guys. And to point out how weird it is, we'll bring up their ACST stats here through the last box as Esdale's on the head pin, gets the setback to the left. Nardone's off it, leaves down the 4 horsemen to the left as Joe Vieira over there on 19 throws a hammer. Dan tries to play the wood, gets no love out of it. Nardone on the head pin. He's going to pitch out the 1-2. Dan managed to at least massage the wood into a better spot for the last one. We'll take a 10. Nardone with a 9. So at least they're happy putting that string in the rear view, I'm sure. Tough. Tough.
I was hoping that was
As
5 already.
both bailers come short of 100. Charlie stepping up on lane 18 here. Both bowlers, both of the second bowlers in the driving seat for this string. Charlie just needs 30, including this fill. Glen will need 37. So hard to see a situation where both of these bowlers, wow, as Charlie gets the odd mix off the head pin for a split. Glen hits it, gets left with the half Worcester on the left. So Charlie's got some interesting wood here for the 8 and the 9. And he slices it around. We noticed. There's no head pin highlighted. Charlie picks up his 4th mark in a row as Glen is just a little to the right on what he wants. And twice. So we'll play Charlie's spare as we give Glen the 8 box. Right on the cap of that wood, use the wall on both sides. So Charlie with 83 plus here. A 6 drop, we'll give him the string. And once again, missing and taking an 8. Glen stays off to the right, leaves the 1-5, everything to the left. So with that, Phil Collins has taken the string. He's now leading 6 points to none over Dan. And will blow up the spare. Wow, wow. No love on the 4-pin for Gill. He's frustrated, but he's still going to take the 2 points of this string, barring anything disastrous. There he goes, right on the single for the 10. Let's replay Charlie obliterating the 1-2 spare. As he steps up to fill it here at the beginning of the 8th box. See, this is why he doesn't hit the head pin. So Charlie has 5 splits in this string and is no worse for the wear, having converted 2 of them, but this one's not going to be easy. The 2, 4, 6, 2. Oh, almost got what he needed. Glen, come back. Oh, right down the center, right down the center. He's shaking his head because you know. The string? Yeah, as long as he can keep it on the lane, right? What's that? It is true. He needs 9. I think so too, Mike. You're taking it easy on him. I like that. He's just such a nice guy. Alrighty, so he hits the head pin light, shaves it, leaves the hay bale over to the right-hand side. Collins still. TJ, you're not wrong. Sorry, I missed that comment earlier. Oh, Collins is going to punch out the 1-8, leaving the 3-6. Glen. Esdale's ball came back with a nice grease streak on it. And of course, leave these guys any chance to pick on each other. They're blaming Charlie for his abuse of the facilities as Glen's 10 box officially takes the string. So both bowlers here are going to be leading their matches 6 points to none through 3. There is a chance that it happens. Charlie hitting the head pin like a responsible bowler. They're still wiggling everything but the 9 pin when it's all said and done. Gill's off his mark, and he's got the loose teeth to show for it. He's got the 1, the 8, and the 10. He's got an interesting piece of wood that's going to make you want to try to get the ball into the side of the head pin in the wood. Charlie's got to blow through a couple here. Yep. You have to hit those pins just right and straight. If your ball's got a lot of spin on it. Oh! Gill did exactly what I said. Charlie takes the 9 box. A 134 for Collins. As Gill gets up here to fill the spare that he put in. So he's at 109 plus this ball. Charlie with a 392 for his first 3. And Glen is... What the hell happened there? All right, so let's show some match stats here. As Collins has taken the first 6 points, 392 to 308 over Den Esdale. It's going to be hard for Esdale to climb back into the match. We'll swing over to the second set here. Dan is Mr. Pink. So Gill with just a 29 pin lead in the match as Nardone starts out on the head pin, folks. He's going to get a split 3-1, as will Esdale. Mike takes out the front 2 of the right-hand wing. Esdale looking at the 4-7, 9-10. Interesting piece of wood there. You kind of want to hit the pin in the wood. Ah, he actually hit the 2 pins clean, managed to get the wood engaged, but no love. Nardone is going to settle for an 8 box. Esdale right on the pin for a 10. Let's see where we are here. Got some people watching the stream. I appreciate it. I certainly appreciate the comments. As Nardone is, both bowlers actually have found the head pin here. Oh, the wood spinning and doing its job for Nardone for the spare. Esdale's going to be off his mark on the check mark.
How you doing, Matt?
You want to chime in? Mr. Rich is hanging out. We'll replay. What's that?
Where's Waters? What's that? Where's Waters?
I don't know. He must be still in bed. Had a long night, apparently.
He did. Well, I think he stayed the extra way too long.
Yeah.
I would have, yes.
A 3 fill for Nardone as he takes out just the right wing.
Yeah, I was with him yesterday.
Esdale 3 for 3 on the
I
head
was with
pin.
him yesterday. We bought it,
2 for 3 on splits. Nardone's off his target just a little,
It was a battle.
leaving the 1-7. Esdale with a 5, 9, 10. Come on! Wow. Wow. Cleaned out the 5-10, nudged and poked the 9, but it wouldn't go. Wow, that's just not right, man. So despite all of his efforts, just a 9 box there for Nardone, who's on the head pin. A baby split here, leaving the 3, 5, 10. Esdale also on the head pin, leaving the 7 and 9. So now that we're in the 4th string, one of the things that I've noticed watching definitely people bowling in Millis is that after 3 strings, what seems to be very friendly, hey, Mr. McClellan, thanks for popping by. The lanes either seem to tighten up, or it's the way that the bowlers release the ball changing ever so slightly. As an 8 for Nardone and a 9 for Esdale. There just seems to be more splits in the later half of a 5-game match. And with these guys having 6 out of 8 on splits as Nardone misses the head pin. Actually, I should say 6 out of 7 for splits. Oh, now we'll make it 6 out of 8 as Ezzy's on the head pin. A little bit of love there. Oh, I don't like that wood. 6-10, the wood's dropping into the, it's sticking around. Oh, tough life. That was like me doing all the match reporting from Hawaii. Esdale plays the wood, whether intentional or not. Gets the spare. We'll replay that as the other bowlers switch around. I think Glen Gill is going to benefit from a phone call delay. We'll switch the scoreboards over to Collins and Gill. We'll bring up the string status while Glenn gets up and takes his practice slide. Or is he going to feel bad and just blow right past the practice slide? And he's going to come across the head pins to the left, leaving the 1, 3, 7, 8. Collins is going to continue to add to the splits of this first. Carry it! Wow. Everything but the 7 for Mr. Gill on his second ball. Charlie does a great job of trying to get that pin to come across, but just short of the 10 pin. Gill's going to start out with a 9. So we are looking at 7 out of 9 head pin balls, resulting in splits here early on in this match. Glen on his second box on the head pin, adding to the non-split factor of head pin hitters here as he leaves the right-hand wing. Charlie tap dancing at the end of the approach is going to be on the head pin as well, leaving just the 3-5. Glen a little short on his spare leave. Thanks, Terry, for popping by, and good morning back to you. We're still there. It's only 10:30. God, we started early today. And Charlie's going to miss his as well. Wow. Both bowlers giving up makeable spares. Glen at least is going to pick up the 10 bucks. And so will Collins. So as you can see at the bottom of their score sheets, they're both looking at numbers that say 28 for the half in the opponent's colors, meaning that they would need 28 pins to tie them at the halfway point as Gill comes across to the left, leaving the 1-7-8. Collins is going to half Worcester on the right-hand side. I will say that Collins is bigger than 28 because Dan Esdale sat down on a mark. Oh, Glen gets just a little too little of the head pin, leaving the 7 pin yet again. Collins does a great job hard in the pocket on the 1-2 side, not enough to carry that 10 pin, which I think is why a lot of people, when they're shooting at the half Worcester, you want to hit the gap side of the head pin to try to get things a little more active. But both bowlers, again, settling for 10 boxes here. 29 for both of them. And just to reiterate, these two are not bowling head-to-head against each other. In the ACST, it's a 5-string match. Their opponents are sitting down, and they're alternating. Gill on the head pin is going to wrap it around light, leave the hay bale off to the right-hand side. Collins is going to come up short, punch out the 2, 4, 8. Each string is worth 2 points. Total pin push back. Oh, Gill will take the check mark and leave the 9. Total pins is worth 4 points. So it's great competition, really. Charlie's going to lose that ball off to the right. So he's got the 1, 3, 5, and 7 to clean up as Gill's going to miss his for a 9 box. He's neck and neck with Nardone. Jones will settle for the 9. Why is he showing 9 for completed boxes? I got something screwed up there to fix too. I love when my stuff is messed up. It makes me feel stupid. What's that? Right now, as of this ball, he's plus 20. Charlie, oh, on the head pin, getting the mix. Gonna sit on that. Gill. It was. Gill's gonna fly around. He's had a lot of rough luck on the back row there. This time leaving the 8 pin standing, but he is only that 1 pin from. There it is, taking a 1 pin lead. Yeah, that's not working the way it's supposed to. So I've certainly got something I got to fix there. So let's bring up some stats as I hang my head in shame. Now we put Mr. Esdale up on the other side. And here you can see where the match is stand. Yeah, Glen's not getting a lot of love out of the lanes this morning. Esdale on the fill. He's going to miss the head pin, take 6. Stop me if you've heard this before. Mike Nardone on the head pin and the split. So his 4th and 6 boxes, 4 for 4, head pin splits. Dan's going to miss his target a little to the right, leaving the 1 and the 9. Oh, wow. Nardone, once again, cleans up the hard 2, leaves the easy 1 in the corner. So just a 7 pin for a 10 as Esdale shoots at the 1 and the 9. No love as it wraps around the outside. Pair of 9 for both of these guys. See if they can right their ship. So through 36 boxes, Esdale's at a 370 and Nardone's at a 360. So certainly neither bowler throwing the way that they would like to, as Esdale's going to be off his mark. Oh, look at that. 2 people getting strikes on head pins. What is going on here? Esdale with the 1, 3, 9, and 10. He's going to get the 3 out of there. Oh, you're bowling against Nardone tomorrow, huh? No. Esdale's going to settle for a 9 box. We'll replay his strike here as Esdale resets for the 8th box. Pushing that 5 pin sideways. Oh, at least that's a later start than today was. When do you fly back, Chris? Esdale's on the head pin. Is that going to push one of them? Nope. Oh, there it goes. We got the play clock judges back here as Nardone misses his mark. Oh, nice. 4 down the right-hand side as Esdale picks up the spare, chopping the 5 and getting the 9 to go. Nardone, wow. I thought he might have gotten a little love there, so he's going to settle for a 9 fill on the strike. Nice job. We'll see you soon. Fly safe. All the fun that comes with it. I'm going to miss a little bit of Dan Esdale's spare fill here as we watch him pick up the 2-5. We'll hopefully see the ball as he lets it go. There we are. Nice timing. Oh, I bet you he would have liked me running that replay a little longer. Takes out the half Worcester on the left-hand side, unfortunately, for a 2 fill. Oh, there you go, Mike. It wouldn't have been a split if it wasn't for that. So Nardone on the head pin again with another split. Dan Esdale's 2nd ball is that. Oh, threading the needle. Esdale's going to settle for the 8 box. Let's watch Nardone's spare on this one. Dink. So 95 plus a ball for Nardone through 9. Esdale just struggling his way through. That 2 fill is kind of probably rattling in the back of his head. And by the time, oh! Nardone's going to get all happy, come over, take a sit down. Esdale shooting at the 137. Oh, he's going to punch out the head pin right on the nose. So 115 plus a pair for Nardone, as Esdale needs one of these at least to hit 100. Oh, look at that pretty little shot. I would do a replay, but I get the feeling that Mike's going to be firing away pretty quickly here. So 101 for Esdale. Those 3 early splits getting in his mind. Nardone is off the head pin. Leaves the 178. And we'll take an 8 fill for a 123. Collins is Mr. Purple. We'll bring up their strings. What's going on, Mr. McCool? You want to pop on the headset? You sure? All right. You too, buddy. Casey McCool swinging by, catching a bit of the string here. Collins. Wow, on the head pin, no love for it as it just kind of explodes wildly, leaves him the 4, 8, 9, 10. Gill tickles the candy cane pin. I don't like those guys at all, but he ends up with a 7-10 split. He's got a double stack in the gutter. Nice. All right, let's see if he can get this guy off the wall. 2 of them, but no love, getting pushed back for the 9-10. And Glen, unfortunately, is going to take 1 out of the 2. So Charlie's got an 8 on his strike to cap out his first half at 56. Shooting at the 9 and 10, hoping for one of them. And he's going to come up to the right. Gill's on it for a 10 box. So as you can see at the bottom, Glen's got his work cut out for him as Nardone exploded at the end of the second half there. So he's going to need 66 over the last 4 boxes. Charlie just needs 38 to take his string. And missing the head pin. Glen, same thing. Tickling the head pin. Another split, but this one looks like it's got a lot more friendly wood there. Actually, he's got 3 sticks in front of the 9 and 10, which looks like they have a plank right in front of them. Charlie still having trouble with the head pin there. There it goes. Blows up nice and easy for Gill, the way that it should have. Collins looking for the 10 box. Right on it. Watch Gill take the shot here at the 9-10 with the Army of Wood. Cleans it up nice and easy. All right, so Collins, 74 with 3 to go, needs 28 pins to take the string. Collins is going to continue to do it without touching the head pin, leaving 1, 3, 78. Glen, hey! Oh, I never gave him the spare. Well, might as well do it now, right? What looked like it was going to be a 4-6 split resulted in the 4 falling forward. So Glen has a nice easy brace and takes down the duck. Glen with 2 spares in a row, really not out of it. Charlie looking for one of the 2. He's going to kick the 7 off the wall. He's at 83. We will show Glen just ride down the 6 pin. It's always great when you have a piece of wood right there to kind of give you the runway into it. This gives you a little wider target to aim for. All right, Collins, 83, needing 19. Still off the mark, this time to the right, leaving the 4 horse down the left with the 9 pin trailing behind it. Glen is going to leave the 4 horse down the left with a 6 fill. It's got him right.
I don't know. I was just seeing where it is at.
Oh, I got you here. Wow. Charlie's going to blow up the 4 horse. Oh, Glen's not going to get any love off the wall. And that's going to make it tricky here. Going to make it real tricky. So he's going to pick this up potentially for a 1-2-3. He's going to need a mark combo in the 10th. Charlie off his target. All right. So there it is. It's set up. With 103, he needs a strike, spare, spare, strike to tie the string, a double to win it. Charlie needs... I'm off. Where am I off? Why am I off with Dan? Oh, I see what happens. They gave him 3 on the scoreboard here for the spare. I'm going to go by that because they're using that officially, but I think I saw that on the video. That wasn't the case. That was a 2. But that's potentially huge. I hate automatic scoring for that, but the bowlers, what they write down is what matters. Charlie's going to punch out. So Glen's going to miss his mark, so both of the first bowlers are going to pop their cherries in this match, taking string 4. Collins looking for the 10. Destroys the wood to do it. 102 to 103. And Glen with a 9 box. 112 to 123. So something to learn for me. That's interesting. As I bring up the match scores here, as Esdale and Collins have theirs, and Nardone and Gill have theirs. And we'll get this out of here. Mr. Esdale is Mr. Pink. And we're off and running. String 5. Nardone is back on the head pin, leaving the 3, the 5, and the 7. Esdale is off it. And that's going to be the 1, 3, and 7. Mike tried to give it a run, but I think it was a little too solid on the wood. Now looking at the 5 and 7 to clean it for a 10. Esdale's going to let that guy go out to the ocean. Still needs to pick up the 1, 3, 5. Wood plays roadblock for Mr. Nardone, settling for a 9. Esdale, everything but the head pin, also for a 9 bucks. Nardone, 2 for 2 with splits, although this one's a much easier one, leaving the 3, 5, 10 with a nice piece of wood in the middle. As Nardone shoots through the bunny hole, Esdale is able to take down 3/4 of the run, leaving the 10 pin, but he does get the trailer in the back. Oh, nice. Don't drop it. Pressure's on you. Both bowlers cleaning up a 10 box. Matt Rich is here picking up a cake. He's got a Boston Celtics cake for his son. Now everybody's really hungry. Anybody got a knife and a fork?
Yeah, because I'm going to give Theo my pocket knife.
The smell of sugar got to Mike Nardone as he gripped that ball and threw it into the back left triangle.
Thank you, Elena.
Esdale clipping just a slip. Oh, Elena, that's one of your cakes, huh? Nice. Baby split for Esdale here, looking at the 2-7 with some nice wood, and obliterates it. And Nardone really, I think, just threw a 6 box. He's really distracted by the cake. So 25 through 3 for Nardone as we watch Esdale pick up the spare. And Nardone is still a little off there. He leaves the 4-horse down the right-hand side, the 7 sleeping all the way over to the left. Esdale gets a nice 8 fill on the spare as he's back on the pocket. Nardone takes out the front 3, leaves the bedposts. Oh, wow. Esdale screwed by the wood on the wall. Nardone will take a 9 and just a 34.5 as he's as he takes the seat. And Esdale will settle for a 9, so a 46 opening half. Bring up the strings. Did I do something stupid? I did. Hold on, folks. Let me get this out of here. I apologize.
Is that my ball?
Nardone is going to start out his 5th. I was shifted off by a box. You know, typical. I'm going to screw things up. I'm going to screw things up good. Nardone is going to pick it up for the spare, and I'm going to be slow to clip it. And Esdale will settle with a 9 to straighten me out. 9-10. As I try to correct my score sheets while under duress. Put Collins up. I will correct them. 9, 10, Z, 6, 9. Clear the fill. There we go. I got that straightened out just in time for Glen Gill to add to the head pin split headaches. I got distracted by birthday cake. I know. I saw the sugar look on your face as you threw that ball all the way over to the left. That was a good time. 112. Charlie seems to be a little slippery up there on the line as he tap dances around. Blocks him off. I mean, you can check him against the printouts. I saw something. I think I disagreed with what was up above, but I'm not the scorekeeper for you guys officially. All right, so both bowlers open in the first here as Gill steps up, and that one's going to come across, take out the, well, we'll see what happens by the time it's all set. All right, so it's the left-hand side. 1-5, everything to the right still standing. Collins, wow, that was pretty. Oh, and Glen going to take it away for himself. Oh, so you don't get to see Collins' strike? Oh, you do, the tail end of it, as Glen picks up the right-hand side of the rack here. Boom. Nice mix, taking down the 5 at the end. Yeah, I got to go back and watch my footage to see if I disagree with something, but yeah, we'll see. I can't say. I was way off earlier. All right, Gill with a 5 fill. Charlie looking for 2. Same ball, little thinner, so he leaves the hay bale off to the left. Glen finds the bunny hole, so he's got the 1, 2, 4, and then the 6, 10 to chase down. So you're looking like this now? Charlie's going to end up with a 9 on the strike when it's all said and done. The 5 pin refuses to go. Glen, good. I don't track it string to string. Glen will settle for the 9. Charlie with a 10. Why is there a 7-pin difference through completed boxes? That's correct this time. It wasn't right in the 4th, and I don't know why. All right, Glen, 32 through 3. Ooh, on the head pin, what looked like it was going to be another nasty Nixon. The right side caved in for him. Charlie through the 2-hole, getting the mix, leaves the 1, 3, 6. Glen with the plank in front, annihilates it for the spare.
Hold it up, buddy. Nah, you're already done. Oh, yeah, there's only 2 of you.
Charlie off his mark is going to shake his head over that. Needs the head pin to pick it up for a 10. He's certainly having some traction issues on the lane. You see him almost wipe out on that one too. Still good for you though overall, right? I've had days like that. Gill solid on the head pin. Matt Taylor come by, disappointed having only taken 2 points in his match against Joe Vieira. So I think Joe's going to be happy to head back to CPL with a 12-2 result. Charlie also on the head pin. A good mix on his ball. Glen is going to double it up with his spares. 60 plus for the half for Mr. Gill. Charlie just needing to convert the 3-5. And does. So we'll watch him obliterate. Have a good one, Joe. Sitting down with 57 at the half. Esdale is Mr. Pink. He's on the right side. And
Gill,
he
Finn.
is getting ready to fire away. On the head pin, a good solid pocket hit, takes down the right-hand side. Nardone is going to fill his spare with 7 and once again leave the 3-5-10 baby split. Esdale is going to power through to pick up his spare. Nardone, a little light. Deflects, doesn't carry into the 10 pin. The 5 pin ultimately does go. Huh? Ah, there we go. Everybody having a field day with Mr. Nardone. It's good times. All right. Absolutely. Esdale stepping up to fill his spare. As he leaves the 9 and 10 with an 8 fill, Nardone leaves the 5, 7, 8, and 10. I almost would have considered playing the double wood all the way over to the left for Esdale. Oh, Nardone caps the wood and takes out. I'll get the regular pronouns on him. Yeah. Leaves the 5 and 7. Oh, couple of pretty 10s. I will say that Nardone's was a little prettier. As he's sitting at 83 through 7, Nardone's just 70. And he's going to bully it enough to take down the corner. So what could have been a split is now just a single 6-pin. Yeah, you know, if you get those score sheets and give them to me on day 1, you don't have to hear them at all. Esdale's going to clean up with everything but the head pin. Glen Gill having fun with me over here. And Nardone is going to settle for a 9 box. So just 79 with a pair to go as he's taking a nap. I don't know how he could be tired throwing the ball that slow.
I've had to throw so many.
As he on the head pin and is rewarded with a 5-10 split. He's got good wood on that, and Nardone is on the head pin. Everything but the pin is down. And the wood just leaves him wanting as Nardone cleans his up for the spares. So Esdale at 102, 101 as he doesn't get that bowler's side pin. And we might as well play. Well, unfortunately, where the wood didn't work for him, but it did for Mr. Nardone. Bonk. Right on the cap, driving it through the 5-pin. Esdale's fired away. Off to the right. Nardone. Oh, rough split. Big fill. So has him at 97 at the moment through 9. Esdale 101. Looking at, oh, there was something missing. Was there a missing pin or something?
He's missing the 9 pin.
Okay. I was confused. So 1, 3, 7, 9, and 10 for Esdale. Nardone would definitely prefer that first box. As Esdale punches through the heart there, leaving the 4, 7, 10. Although the wood here is a little nicer than the last one. And, oh! Gives it a hell of a ride, but that pin just glid off the back of the deck before it had a chance to take out the 4 pin. And he'll leave it standing. So Esdale's going to finish with a 109. Nardone is going to finish with a 104. we'll bring up the stats here and look at what the bowlers have to do to chase it down. Unfortunately, both Gill and Collins are sitting on marks and sitting on huge first halves. So it's going to be hard to imagine a situation where these matches don't end up 10-2. And why do I have that not looking right? Collins blows his up. I'm going to have to clip 20 seconds on that one because I missed it taking a look at things not looking right.
I gotta tell you, I take 13 generic ones all day. I take 13 generics all day.
Glen just short of the head pin yet again. Looking at the 1 and the 2 to clean it up. And does for the 10 bucks. So Collins sitting at 77 plus a pair. Gill at 73 plus a pair. Both bowlers only needing really 30 and change to take the strings. Collins is going to be heavy on the head pin this time, getting the split, the 2-4-6. Gill's going to mix it up and get the fall late from the 2 pin to make it a 9 drop, everything but the 10. Collins just through the gap. Gill wisely takes advantage of the wood. Collins is going to take the 8 box as I'll replay Gill's spare here. It was 102, 102? All right, good. I thought when I looked up, I saw 103, 102. I was confused. Charlie's going to leave the check mark over to the left as I'm trying to fix things here. An 8 drop for Gill as he leaves the 6-7. But he's got a, thanks Drew. I'm making a few mistakes, but that's how it usually goes. Charlie's going to miss that one a little thin. I like the spin wood here for Gill. No, we hit it a little too full. Collins looking to clean up the 4-7 for a 10 bucks. And the wood is going to say no. Gill's going to leave his open as well. So both of these guys are at 100 with 2 to go. Their opponents are not that far ahead of them. So Gill just needs 5 pins and 2 boxes. Charlie just needs 10 pins and 2 boxes. As you can see, both of the match values down the bottom are in their color, so you know they're getting the 4 pins for total pinfall. So, yeah. Keep the ball on the lanes. Charlie's tickled the corner, but it isn't going to go. Gill, everything but the king. Oh, nice. Humes versus Hetty. That's a match I care about because that's trying to give me some more breathing room. Oh, you got to go taller than that.
I know.
Charlie picks it up, as does Mr. Gill. So a pair of spares here in the 9th as these guys are definitely taking the last couple of points out of this one. Mr. Nardone gives everybody permission to stop watching because the matches are over. There you go. Collins is going to take a 4 as he comes across the head pin to the left. Gill is going to splash the head pin solid for a no-tap 7. Yeah, but Humes versus Hetty, I care about. That's getting me breathing room in the wild card over there in the B class. I need it. Mark Gallagher's been staying out of reach for me all season long. Collins is going to settle for a 9 box and a 123. Finish the day with a 617. And Gill is going to make up for it there. Finish with a 129. So we've got some good numbers and some good stats coming on here as you see it. The strings for match 1 as Charlie wins 131 to 113, 127 to 101, 134 to 94, 102 to 102, and 123 to 109. come over to the Gill match. He took the first ring 105-94, 114 to 113, 114 to 97, 112 to 123. And then, hey, how come it hasn't got Gill's last box in there? It should. Did I do something wrong?
I know.
Let's see if this makes it pop in.
I know where I need to be.
I don't know. There it is. Hey, I must have done it just out of order. Anyways, that's that. We'll move over to the stats. You see there, 617 to 519 is Charlie Collins on the head pin, 28 out of 50, which I'm surprised by all said and done.
You know, there's that word I was
Dan
waiting
was
for
on
you
at
to
26. 13
Tell you
splits
all the
to
time.
12, 7 strikes to 3, 11 spares to 7, 13 tens to Esdale's 12. And we'll look at the match between Gill and Nardone, 574 to 531, a 12 to 2 split. 21 head pins for Gill, 28 for Nardone. 7 splits for Gill, 21 splits for Nardone. 2 strikes uphill to 3, 13 spares to 7, 16 tens to 11. And I think what I'm going to do right now is get the stats out of the way, click my replay all button, mute my audio, and let you guys enjoy some highlights while we wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great afternoon.
For 617, I was bowling next to you. It felt like 700. Huh? Guy left. toy. I can care less. I block everything out.
No, you don't.
And any He probably just woke up.